Welcome back to another episode of Security Minutes. I'm here with Carl Solder. How are you, Carl?
I'm good, thank you.
Got a big topic to cover today.
Okay.
AI augmented cybersecurity teams.
Yes.
Now, there's a lot of talk that's been going on about how AI is going to help everybody be more efficient.
Yes.
I want to get your thoughts on how generative AI can enhance threat detection and decision-making within security teams.
That is a really good question, and there's actually not one answer to this. There's a multifaceted answer.
I figured that was going to be the case.
With threat detection, I'm going to start off with our Talos threat intelligence team. So for those who might not know, Talos is an organization within Cisco, about 500 plus strong threat intelligence analysts. Their job is to spend 24/7 looking for and scouring the internet for new emerging threats. Now they actually ingest into their systems over 550 billion plus artifacts a day. That's URL links, emails, it's web links, there's a whole host of different things. And a human alone cannot go through 550 billion artifacts. They have to use AI engines to go through that and pass through to look for new emerging threats. Once they've identified a threat, they then have to reverse engineer it. They build like a signature for that in order for our security solutions to be able to identify that and then know how to remediate and protect the organization from that. So that then gets loaded into our security systems, and our security systems are almost doing this like little radar looking for these new threats. So that's the first part of it.
And that's all your technologies, really?
That is, well, specifically for Talos, threat intelligence, we do have other solutions that use those things, but Talos is the first port of call for threat intelligence.
Right, okay.
Okay, so we're effectively looking across the internet for those new emerging threats and building those signature files that we embed into our security systems so that they then are armed with the necessary information to be able to identify a threat should it get access into the network. And so we then have those AI engines inside our solutions, which are almost like doing this radar look, ingesting and collecting a lot of telemetry from the network. And it gets ingested into another solution we've got called Extended Detection and Response, or XDR. And XDR is effectively looking through all this, looking for a potential threat. And when it identifies a threat, it can actually initiate some remediation action. So for example, like we might quarantine the threat, we'll alert the security operations person of that particular threat, and then let the security operations person decide what action they actually want to take. But it's all about driving very quick, responsive actions, because ideally you want to lock that down as quickly as possible before it starts creating some damage in and across your network.
So you've got Talos, which is doing the intelligence gathering.
Yes.
You've got XDR that's taking insights and information from multiple different sources across an organization's, let's call it, environment. Bringing those together.
Correct.
And presenting that information to the analyst.
Correct.
Then the analyst can take action.
Correct.
So my question to you is, do you think that this will replace human expertise, or do you think it'll continue to augment? Like, what do you see in the future for a SOC analyst?
Right at this point in time, I see it as augmenting the SOC analyst, because the practical reality is with so many threats out there, it's going to be very difficult for even the best SOC analysts out there to keep across every potential threat that can come into the network. So they are going to need tool sets to help them basically fend off these kind of attacks. And there's a saying that we have inside Cisco that as you start to look at the adversaries out there who by themselves are also using AI to create and build new forms of compromise, to defend against machine scale attacks, you need to have machine scale defense.
Fair enough.
And so you really have to up your game in order to match what the adversaries are going to be trying to initiate on your network. And the security operations person is going to need those tool sets to be more effective in protecting the organization against these new forms of compromise.
So the role of the SOC analyst, it's not going to go away.
No.
It's just going to change. And they're going to have new tools and new insights and new information to make them more efficient and more effective.
Absolutely. If you look at the SOC analysts from 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago to today, there's been a gradual natural evolution in the role that they play and the tool sets that they use to do their job. And this is really just another evolution of that. It's the next step, the next chapter in that evolution.
Well, just like the threats evolve, our roles continue to evolve, and I don't see that stopping anytime in the distant future.
Correct.
Carl, some great insights. Thank you very much.
No worries, thank you.
And stay tuned for our next episode where we're going to focus in on adversarial AI risks. Thank you very much.